I've spent my career in boardrooms talking to retailers about how we can drive efficiencies into their businesses. And today I'm joined by Peter Bocken, the head of retail at Slimstock, to talk about the murky world of automated store replenishment. Hi, Peter.
I will.
Now, people talk about forecast and replenishment, or allocation and replenishment. Let's talk about forecast and replenishment. What's the important thing about forecast and replenishment? Where does it all start? What's the reason for it?
Yeah, when we talk about forecasting and replenishment, actually, I always say, well, you should talk about replenishment because initially the goal is to replenish the right amount at the right time for the right shop. And to do that, obviously, you need to have a forecast. And the better your forecast is, the better your replenishment proposal will be. So the same when people come to us, when people come to Slimstock and they say, well, you are a forecasting tool or you have a forecasting tool. I say, well, obviously we do forecasting, but in the end, it's not an aim itself. It's always like the way to get to the right replenishment proposal. And I think this is where retail differs, let's say, from wholesale. For a wholesaler, you only need to have stock to capture your forecast. You need to have some safety stock, and that's it.
Yeah.
But then when you enter a shop and you will only have the stock for the customer that you expect, so that's the forecast, and the customer that you might expect, that's your safety stock, then it can still happen, let's say that for this item, I only have, let's say, 1 or 2 pieces on the shelf. But that doesn't look nice. So in that case, we also want to have something like a presentation stock.
Sure.
And that's purely a visible thing because when you enter a shop, it needs to look nice. And in that way, you always need to balance forecast, safety stock, and presentation stock. And bear in mind that when we work, let's say, for the do-it-yourself chain with pretty low rotations, pretty low stock rotations, their stock turn is about 2.5 per year. Then a lot of those items that are placed over there, they don't move at all.
Yeah.
So actually, they purely be driven, let's say, by their presentation stock settings. So it's very important to have the right mix between your forecast, your safety stock, and your presentation stock. And actually, on top of that, and this is actually where I think it becomes very interesting, you will have a lot of business rules that will decide for you when you will move what stock, or if you are scarce in goods in the warehouse, what items do you want to replenish, or if you want to phase in an item or to phase out item, based on what kind of scenarios do you do it. So it's very business rule driven. And I think that's a main difference when you want to introduce shop replenishment in an automated way compared with replenishment in general at warehouse level.